College basketball has proven to be the athletic lifeblood for many smaller colleges across the country, and that's certainly been the case this year at Hofstra. The 2010-2011 season saw the Pride finish with 21 wins and a tie for second in the CAA, its best finish in school history. It all took place under Mo Cassara, a first-time head coach on the Division I level. Things weren't that great for this program a year ago. Longtime head coach Tom Pecora left the school to go to Fordham University. Then his replacement, Tim Welsh, was arrested on DWI not too far from this location on Hempstead Turnpike and stepped down from the head coach position. That's when athletic director Jack Hayes swooped in and promoted a little-known assistant coach to become the new leader of the Pride program.
When we were forced to be looking for another head coach, I felt that a lot of the background that he had brought to the table as an assistant was going to come into play immediately as the head coach, but that he was going to be ready to handle it.
From the day I walked on this campus, I just loved the place and was so anxious to put my arms around it that, I think that excitement and that passion, rubbed off and kind of showed to the administration that I was more than just a basketball coach. And I look at myself as more than just a basketball coach here.
The driving force for Cassara is the concept of family. The Canton, New York native played point guard for his father at St. Lawrence University and credits his dad for being his basketball and personal rock.
He was my coach on so many levels. He's the coach, of not only myself but our family, and we have a very, very close family. And he and I are very close, and most people still refer to him as coach. So something that I grew up with, and his influence on me from a professional standpoint and as a person is. There's probably nobody that I look up to more.
The son or a daughter of a coach always has an interesting background that they bring into what they do when they coach themselves. And he understood the business. He grew up in the business. And I think that certainly played a role in his being able to take the job and handle things as quickly as he did.
The success of this year's Pride is built on a new family, where the 37-year-old Cassara is the leader, but the relationship between the coach and his star player wasn't immediate.
When we still had Coach Welsh, I really didn't pay him much attention just because, I was more concerned about my relationship with Coach Welsh, but once he got the head coaching job, I felt like it was just my job to, become great friends with him.
With Jenkins on his side, Cassara had a talented ally both on and off the court to grow with.
I think part of the reason that relationship is so strong now is because for the first 4 or 5 months of our journey, I couldn't coach Charles. We spent an incredible amount of time not watching film, not talking about what we're going to do X and O wise. We talked about things away from basketball, about family, about visions, about little things, from fashion to girlfriends to whatever it may be. And once that level was built, the basketball part was easy. We both love basketball.
Cassara, like his star player, can almost always be found with a basketball in his hands when he's on the court. Off the court, the coach is constantly on his BlackBerry, Facebooking and tweeting fans of the program, showing his support for their school spirit.
Being an assistant, in the ACC at the highest level and seeing, the game changed from a different vantage point, where marketing becomes important and people skills become important, and embracing the university, whether it's social media or students or fans or season ticket holders, all those things come into play now. And I think it's really important that you not only become a good basketball coach, but you become a good representative of the university, and that's something that I take a lot of pride in.
It's one thing for to have the tickets at the box office. It's another thing to have the head coach, handing out tickets to students. I think it means a lot more. That he's coming out and showing that he really cares about people, showing support for Hofstra basketball.
Cassara's approach has clearly worked. In his first season, attendance at the Max Sports Complex has been up to just under 3,100 fans per game. That's an increase of 30%. Jack Hayes gives much of the credit to Cassara.
On the day that we play Delaware in the last basketball game at 2 p.m., at 12 o'clock, he was going in and out of every suite across the street at the lacrosse game versus Princeton. He knew all those people in those suites are basketball ticket holders. It was a great opportunity for him to visit with them for a few minutes prior to the last game. And all those people were coming across the street as soon as that game ended. That was his decision to do, and it was his idea.
Hofstra ended its season with a loss in the opening round of the College Basketball Invitational for the second straight season. It's a tough ending, but there are clearly plenty of people who believe that Cassara will find a way to keep the program in high gear.
My mother would definitely say I'm married to basketball, but I am married to my job a little bit, probably a lot more than I should be on some levels, but it's what I'm passionate about, it's what I love. It makes me go every day, it makes me get up, it makes me excited. I love this university, I love this opportunity, I love this team, and I love the people around this campus, and that's not going to change. And someday along the line I'd like to get married and slow down a little bit, but maybe in the off season.
For H&N, I'm Mitch Merman.